Are you a beginner in the gym and you feel like you are just not seeing the results that you are looking for? Well, look, I am about to show you exactly how you can start seeing the results that you're looking for, start putting on muscle, and start building the physique that you have always wanted, even if you are just starting out in the gym. So the first thing we are going to need to get dialed in if you want to start seeing results is going to be your training fundamentals. Now, I'm assuming if you're just starting out, you've been scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. Maybe that's the reason you're on this video right now, looking for ways to actually start putting on muscle. You're probably seeing all these fancy workouts, these crazy isolated exercises. Well, that is not what you want to start with. You want to start with the big 5 movements. These are going to be your squat, your bench, your deadlift, your bent over row, and your overhead press. Now, all of these lifts are going to be the foundation for your journey in the gym and how you can actually start packing on muscle. They're going to target multiple muscle groups, and they are going to not only increase your size and your mass, you are going to put on an insane amount of strength as well. So you want to master these compound lifts really before you start dabbling with complicated and extensive isolated exercises that you're seeing all over social media. Next, progressive overload. You need to be constantly straining and tiring out your muscles. If you get to a point where you're doing chest press and you're doing 100 pounds and you started doing it for 8 to 10, 10 to 12, but now you're at a point where you're doing it for 15 or more, you got to increase the weight. Maybe go to 120 or even like 115. Get to a point where you are only doing 8 to 12 reps again. You're going to stimulate that hypertrophy that you're looking for, and you're going to continuously build bigger and stronger muscles. Next, form over ego lifting. Look, it's cool to throw around a lot of weight, and I promise you are going to get there. But in the beginning, and your entire journey in the gym, you need to prioritize your form. A quote I always say is, be a bodybuilder, not a weight lifter. You want to focus on the contraction, the squeeze, the activation of the muscle, more than just doing half reps and just pushing weight. That's not going to get you the results you want. So please focus on your form and disregard ego lifting completely. Okay, now that we have our training fundamentals down, we need to dial in our nutrition. So you cannot build muscles if you are underfed. Look, if you're not eating enough, you are simply not going to put on muscle, or any size for that matter. If you are skinny, you are going to need to be eating at least 500 calories more than what your daily maintenance is. I'm going to put a link in the description. You guys can go to this website, put in your body weight, your age, what weight you're trying to get to, and it will spit out a number, and it'll tell you exactly how many calories you are supposed to be eating. And then you can use a simple app like MyFitnessPal to actually track exactly what you're eating each and every day. Next, you're going to want to do 1 gram to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This is super simple. Obviously, to build muscle, you need to get as much protein in as possible. So for simple math purposes, let's say you are 100 pounds, you need to be eating at least between 100 and 150 grams of protein each and every day. This is super simple. Chicken, protein shakes. There's a lot of things you can eat that are dense in protein, but also low in calories. Or you can find stuff that is high in protein and high in calories as well if you're really trying to pack on size. Now look, you need balanced meals of proteins, vegetables, healthy carbs, healthy fats. And so I don't waste all of your time and spend 30 minutes breaking down what a balanced meal looks like. If you comment down below, comment the word plan, and I will send you over a free list of meals that you can use that are going to be high in protein. Some will be low in calories, some will be high in calories, but comment the word plan and I will send that guide over to you. Next, supplements are not magic. Look, you guys may have spent hundreds of dollars on supplements thinking you're going to find the one thing that's going to get you in the physique that you're looking for. No, honestly, at the beginning, I wouldn't even prioritize supplements that much. Focus on real food, healthy food, get your nutrients in through actually eating and not trying to supplement anything right now. Yes, supplements like creatine are going to be super helpful, but you need to prioritize getting everything in through real healthy food and then using some of those supplements a little bit later on. What's up, guys? I wanted to take a quick pause in the video here to let you know a couple of things. So first off, a lot of people reach out, they're wondering how they can get in better shape, how they can build the physique that they've always wanted, and they just really don't know where to start. So if you guys want to get real advice, text me at this number right here. I'm going to put it on the screen. I want you to shoot me a text. Text me ready. And if you shoot me that, I am going to personally reach out to you so we can put something together for you. So text me at the number right here. It's going to be on your screen. And then I look forward to having a conversation with you very shortly. All right, now let's talk about your training structure and consistency. So look, you do not need to start going 6 days a week. It is probably relatively unhealthy for you to start going that much with that much frequency. You're going to be putting a lot of strain on your muscles, especially as a beginner. So I recommend doing 3 to 4 days, just starting out maybe for a month or two, just to really get the feel for it, let your body adapt to it. And if these are 3 to 4 structured, very well thought out sessions, you are not going to need much more than that. Next, 4 to 6 core lifts. Do your compounds first and then move on to your accessory lifts. So look, you don't need to be in the gym for 3 hours, for 4 hours. Look, get in there for an hour and a half. Have 4 to 6 lifts that you like, that you want to do, that you feel like are giving you the results that you're looking for. But no matter what day you're doing, whether it's legs or it's chest, always start with the compound lifts first. These are going to activate all of the muscles in that specific area. You're going to be able to perform these lifts at your best level of strength so you can increase that strength later on. Plus, the compound lifts are the best for building muscle, so you really want to start and prioritize those while using those accessory lifts after to really hone in on specific areas that you want to improve. Lastly, please track everything. Track your workouts, track what you're doing, track how much weight, the amount of sets you're doing, all of this stuff, it needs to be tracked. If you're not tracking it, you're not going to know when you can increase the weight or what weights you started at. So I recommend using a Google Doc or an Excel sheet, or heck, you can use a notebook and paper and a pen if you want. Feel free. I don't really care how you track it as long as it's tracked, because what is tracked is what's going to improve, and you're going to be able to see results quicker if you know exactly where to start each and every day, and you're going to be able to see how you're improving as time goes on as well. So please track your stuff. It is only going to benefit you now and in the long run. Now, I really want you to pay attention to this part of the video. This is going to be going over recovery and lifestyle, and this is actually where you're going to build muscle. So, muscle grows outside of the gym. It actually grows when you are sleeping. So you use the gym to break down the muscles, to get them into a state where they're sore, tired, they're stimulated, and then when you go to bed, if you've hit your protein goals, you've hydrated, you've done everything you need to do on the nutrition side, you need to make sure you're getting adequate sleep so your muscles can actually grow. That's what we're looking to achieve at the end of the day. So make sure you're sleeping for anywhere between 7 to 9 hours. This is going to give your muscles plenty of time to recover, and it is also going to keep your test levels at a good range so you can have an easier time putting on muscle. Next, manage your stress. So the stress hormone, cortisol, actually inhibits your ability to build muscle. Not a lot, but we don't want you to be stressed out. We want you to be going through life nice and calm, nice and relaxed. Yeah, your stress is going to peak when you're in the gym, but as you're going through your day-to-day, really try to manage your stress. A good way that I like to manage stress is I use a sauna, I go for a walk, I read a book, watch a little TV here and there, not too much because then you're going to start just wasting time, but throughout your day, find ways that work for you to manage your stress levels. Everybody's different, so what works for you, just work on doing those consistently each day to keep those levels down. Next, this is something that beginners fall prone to all the time. Do not change your program every 2 weeks. Find something that you like. Make sure you stay consistent. That is the most important part. You need to give your body time to adapt to this new program, to get used to it. It's going to be a little uncomfortable, totally normal. Growth comes from getting uncomfortable. So make sure when you find a program you like, stick with it. I'm not saying don't try a couple of things to find what fits best for you, but when you find something that fits best, stick with it, really work it, and until you get to a point where you feel like you've outgrown that program, that is when you make the switch. That is when you switch to something more advanced. But just starting out, find a program you like, stick with it, and that is all you need to do. And there you have it. That is a quick, value-packed video that you can use to actually start seeing results in the gym as a beginner. Now, a couple of things that I want you to do. first off, if you enjoyed the video, if you feel like you got something out of it, please subscribe. I'm going to be dropping content on here all the time. So if you need more fitness tips, if you want some help with something, make sure to subscribe. It'll keep you updated with all the videos that I post. And then don't forget to comment plan on this video, or you can follow me on Instagram and send me a DM at plan as well. So comment it, send me a DM on Instagram. I will link my Instagram in the description below, and then you can go, I'll send that meal plan guide over to you, and then we can put something together to really see how I can help you out there. So subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and if you want more tips. Looking forward to seeing how you grow on this new fitness journey.